Now in SoilMate we don't use the buffer pH test, we use a calculation in our LimeMate calculator to calculate the amount of lime, and it's based on the soil organic carbon percentage and the effective cation exchange capacity. So this once again will give a lime rate in tonnes per hectare per depth, and some of these variables you need to change in lime rate itself. You need to set the quality of the lime and you need to set the depth of incorporation. Okay, so if you want to incorporate to 15 centimeters, you'll need more lime. You'll need 50% more lime than if you want to incorporate to 10 centimeters. But it is calculation based. It has been tested against the buffer pH, and there was good correlation. So it's what we use in our LimeMate calculator for acid soils within SoilMate. Well, I just want to demonstrate the use of LimeMate, our lime rate calculator within SoilMate, for this acid soil. Now this is a real soil sample. I'm not sure what part of Australia it came from, but it had a pH in water of 5 and a pH in calcium chloride of 4.2. Okay, so a little bit on the low side. Possibly, there could be some aluminium connected with that, and so we need to bring this up to a more optimum pH. And in fact, the program has probably already done that for us. So we look down here. We've got our nitrogen, our phosphorus, our potassium reading, and there is our lime rate there. 1,558 kilograms per hectare of good quality lime. Now, if this is the first time you've used LimeMate, you really need to come over here to the LimeMate section in the Soil Amendments tab, open this up and check on the parameters that we're using. Okay, now there are your two pHs there that have been transferred across from the soil test, 5 in water and 4.2 in calcium chloride. Before we go any further, we should have a look at the quality of the lime we're looking at. You need to enter in the quality of the lime or limes that you are recommending. Now you may get the quality may be given in as neutralizing value, or better still, if you're in a state where they use effective neutralizing value, enter the effective neutralizing value. So effective neutralizing value takes into account the quality of the lime, the neutralizing value, and the particle sizes. So the more coarse material there is in it, the lower the effective neutralizing value. So get that, make sure you know that, and enter it into LimeMate. Then up here we can change, there's two other changes we can make. We can change the target pH. So the default on this particular computer is set at 5.2 for calcium chloride, because we're working with calcium chloride there with the radio button, and the default depth is set at 10. Now I'm just going to alter that depth. I'm going to double that depth, and I would expect the lime rate would double because of the dilution factor. We need to go over here. We've made a change. We need to hit the calculate button, then close it down and have a look at our rate, and there it is. It changes to 3,115. Okay, double the original 1,558 kilograms per hectare. And notice it's in yellow. We've made a change. We've changed the program, we've made a change, and therefore any change that you make will be highlighted in yellow to indicate a change. Let's come back here to the soil amendments, and let's change that back to 10. We'll hit the calculate button so it recalculates the rate, and when we go back there we will find that it's gone back to 1,558 kilograms of lime per hectare. Now, just before I move off here, the target pH will depend on the crop you're growing, whether there's aluminium present or not, or manganese, and the ability of the farmer to afford the liming program. So, the higher the value of crop, the higher the target pH you can set, or you can just set the bare minimum target pH that'll stop subsoil acidity occurring. So you don't want your surface soil pH to be so low that acid subsoil becomes a problem. Okay, so set your target pH and move on. Now once you've set your depth and your target pH, that will probably be your default for the next time you open up LimeMate, but it would pay to check anyway. Let's close this down, and there it is, 1,558 kilograms of lime comes back up, because in the end we didn't change our depth of incorporation and we didn't change the target pH. Perhaps we should have a quick look at that. Let's have a look at changing the target pH from, let's say we want to go to, it's a more valuable crop, we want to go to 5.5, so we're going to raise the pH more, so it's going to require more lime. How much more lime? Well, 1500 up to 2000 kilograms per hectare. That's how much more lime. So we might leave it at that, and you have a go at it yourself next time you've got an acid soil.